She wiped human waste on my son's face and called it art. I didn't slap her. I didn't scream. I tied her up on stage and shoved her face into the same filth. And the crowd? They applauded. That's how this started. My son Mason hadn't smiled in 11 months not since we lost his mom. Kid just went quiet. He'd sketch in his room for hours. Barely talk to me. Barely eat. I tried therapy. Tried the outdoors. Even got him a dog. Nothing clicked. Then one day, this flyer shows up. The HOA's hosting some big community art festival. Mason reads it. And for the first time in months, I see something spark in his eyes. He grabs his sketch pad and just starts drawing like his life depends on it. The piece he made? A tree in a storm, with two figures clinging to its roots. One big, one small. Me and Mom. He said, "Man, I nearly lost it." Then comes this email from Claire Whitman, HOA president and local queen of fake kindness. She's suddenly praising his work. Sends flowers. Calls him emotionally mature. Even invites us to her estate for a pre-event dinner. Mason's glowing. And two wanted to believe it was real. But Claire? Claire's the type who finds people for planting the wrong kind of rose bushes. A few years ago, she called one of Mason's paintings too somber for the HOA brand. He was 12. He cried for a week. Still, Mason needed this. So we went. Claire's estate looked like a wedding cake, white pillars, fountains, string quartets. Everyone dressed like they were auditioning for a yacht commercial. Claire floated in wearing silk and fake warmth. She cupped Mason's face. Told him, "You're going to move people." Then she turned to me with that tight smile and said, surprised he had it in him. I should have walked out. Festival day rolls around. Clear sky. Soft jazz on the speakers. Crowd buzzing like bees. We show up early. Mason's booth has an easel. Buckets of water. A table, and that's it. No paint. No brushes. No palette. I ask around. A volunteer shrugs and says, "Claire handles all the special kits." Then she appears. Lavender silk. Heels clicking like warnings. Microphone on her chest. She's carrying a tray like she's hosting brunch. Mason's standing there, clutching his sketch. And she says into the mic, "We brought something better. Something unforgettable." She lifts the lid. The smell punched me first. Raw. Rancid. Piled high. The tray was full of human waste. I'm not joking. She set it in front of my son and told the crowd, "This is truth. This is the medium of the soul." I see Mason freeze. He doesn't cry. Doesn't speak. Just stares at it like he's staring into a nightmare he thought he left behind. And then Claire crouches beside him, lowers her voice and whispers, "You know why your mom really died? Because she couldn't stand the sight of you." Then she smeared it on his face. That's when I blacked out. Next thing I know, I'm pushing through volunteers, yanking down the banner, and tying Claire up like a hog. She starts babbling into the mic about transformation. I drag her across the stage. The crowd's filming, gasping, but no one stops me. No one even tries. I shoved her face straight into that tray. She screamed like an animal, tried to squirm, but the floor was slick with water, paint, whatever else she'd spilled. I held her there, her mic picking up every choked sob, every gag, every second. "This is expression?" I growled. "Let's see how it feels to be someone else's canvas." When I pulled her back, her face looked melted filth dripping from her hair, her eyes, her teeth. I turned around and there was Mason, standing tall, watching me. Police showed up about 20 minutes later. No sirens. One of them looked around, saw the phones recording, the sludge on Mason's shirt, and just said, "We'll need a statement." By nightfall, it was everywhere. 6 different angles. Facebook Lives. TikToks. News headlines. HOA president smears waste on teen. Father delivers justice. Within 2 days, Claire was off the HOA board. Her boutique disowned her. Sponsors pulled out. Her husband filed for divorce. Emails leak proof of years of HOA harassment. Power trips and threats. The internet dubbed her the Witch of Waste. And Mason? Mason picked up his brush again. He painted a new tree. This one wasn't in a storm. It was standing strong. And this time, under its branches, 3 figures. Him, his mom, and me. He asked, "Can we hang it next to the old one?" We did. That night, he stood back and whispered, "It doesn't hurt to look anymore." And I knew this wasn't just about revenge. It was about showing my son he mattered. That no one gets to humiliate him and walk away. Last I heard, Claire's in medical observation. Fungal infection from the filth. Maybe something worse. Her hair's gone. Her friends are gone. Her smile's gone. All that's left is the echo of a crowd she once controlled. Now, she sits in silence, rocking, repeating the same line. They clapped. They clapped. So yeah, some stories end in a courtroom. Others end in applause. This one? It ended with a boy finally standing tall and a father showing the world what love looks like when it's had enough. Now tell me, was I wrong? If someone did that to your kid, what would you do? Drop your thoughts below. I'm serious. Let's talk about this. About justice. About HOA power. About the line between art and cruelty. I read every comment. And if this hit you somewhere deep, if you've ever watched someone in power humiliate someone just because they didn't like this video, share it. Subscribe. Because around here, we don't just tell stories. We expose the ones no one else will. And we remind each other. No one, no matter how polished their smile, gets to rewrite your worth.